So for this session, we'll have a joint talk by ThoughtSpot and Emerald, drive self-service adoption through the roof with embedded analytics. So our speakers today will be Kirsty Bikal, Director of BI and Analytics from Emerald, and Vika Smilansky, Director of Product Marketing from ThoughtSpot. Please welcome.
Well, hi everyone. Thank you for being here with us today for this session. We're going to talk about self-service, adoption, embedded analytics. Sabir gave us a nice intro, but just to reiterate, my name is Vika Smilansky. I'm a Director of Product Marketing at ThoughtSpot, and we're joined today by our wonderful customer here in the front row, Kirsty Bikal. Kirsty is going to come up in a little bit to tell us about Emerald's data and analytics journey, but I'm going to kick us off, and you're also going to see a live demo of ThoughtSpot today. So if you're not too familiar with ThoughtSpot yet, here's just a quick overview of who we are. We were founded 11 years ago, and our mission has been the same since day one, to make the world more fact-driven. And our vision for how to do that is by making the world's easiest to use analytics platform. So we run on top of the world's most popular cloud data platforms like Databricks, of course, Snowflake, BigQuery, Azure, and Redshift. And we're partners with the best-of-breed vendors from across the market, companies like dbt, Fivetran, Elation, Matillion, and DataRobot. We also had some very big news yesterday, or a couple days ago. So ThoughtSpot is officially acquiring Mode. We've always had the best-in-class experience for business professionals, but now through this partnership, we're also going to be able to provide the best-in-class experience for data teams so that you can transform BI with trusted, reliable, governed, generative AI. And so on the right here, you can see some of the amazing companies that we work with, customers like Capital One, Verizon, CVS, even Amazon is a customer. And we count ourselves very fortunate to work with some of the biggest and most innovative brands in the world. But also, thanks to our SaaS platform that we launched a couple years ago, we also work with some of the most innovative startups as well. Companies like OpenTable, Chewy, and Afterpay, and actually 80% of our customers run on this SaaS platform now. And so when you look at all these logos, they have a few things in common, one of which is that they all had Tableau or Power BI or Qlik, and yet they all also became ThoughtSpot customers. So the question is kind of why that happened. Well, they all came to us with one or more of these four problems. The first is that they were having trouble answering the next question. So probably everyone here has been in a call or meeting at some point where you're looking at a dashboard and you see something that interests you, maybe a metric that's trending up or down, and you wonder why that's happening. And if you're lucky, there's something else in the dashboard that answers that question, but what about your next question or the one after that? And if you need a technical resource to build you a new dashboard or to go back and edit that first dashboard, you might be waiting hours or days or maybe longer, depending on the company. And at that point, you've already lost the battle and you're slowly losing the war. People don't want to wait so long to make decisions. The second thing we hear is that most dashboards are built on aggregates or with predefined drill paths, which means that it can be impossible or very slow to get to the next question, and how many bad gut decisions happen because people just can't wait. Third, and because of the first two issues, companies will throw more and more technical resources at the problem, and their costs go up linearly with their data-driven appetites. It's zero economies of scale, and in this economy, that just isn't going to cut it. And finally, we hear from executives all the time that they want to transform and create a data-driven culture, but the technology is holding them back. Their data teams are nowhere near as data-driven as they need to be. And so customers come to us, and they choose to work with us for these four reasons. The first, we're simple. We're the easiest to use analytics platform on the market. If you know how to tap notification or search on your phone, you can answer your own data questions. There's no more curiosity tax due to dead dashboards. The second, we're smart. We use AI to power our search engine and to proactively answer questions before you even have to ask them. We're fast. We're architected as a search engine from day one to uncover granular insights at scale. No summaries, no aggregates, no predefined drill paths. And finally, our customers come to us because we deliver value. We drive frontline user adoption and data-driven transformation. The combination of our ease of use, reduced analyst load, and unlimited user license model means that all of our customers can really transform how they work with their data. And so before we get too far, I also want to address a challenge that a lot of companies are facing. Over the last year or so, a lot of people have seen their budgets tighten up, and when that happens, we all have to be particularly strategic about where we invest our resources. And we all have common goals like controlling costs and maximizing revenues, and ideally, we're doing both at the same time. And so when you're being thoughtful about your budget, some areas still continue to undoubtedly be well worth the investment. And research shows that over the last year, cloud-based analytics budgets actually continue to increase. And the reason for that is because data and analytics continues to be a really valuable area of investment for companies because it can help you make better and often more profitable decisions and run operations more efficiently. So data and analytics done right isn't a cost drain, it's a business driver. For example, Forrester conducted a total economic impact report recently where they spoke to several ThoughtSpot customers to try to understand the kind of ROI that they could find when deploying ThoughtSpot. So these customers were coming from old and slow dashboarding solutions where they were primarily relying on their BI teams for insights. And what they found was that these customers saw a 95% increase in faster time to decision making for their business users, nearly 3x ROI over 3 years. Over that same time period, about $2 million in savings from reduced dashboard creation, and about $500,000 saved annually when switching to ThoughtSpot Cloud from hardware costs. So now we work together with partners like Databricks to deliver an open and balanced approach for business users and data analysts alike. Data engineers and analysts can connect directly to their data source to enable users to query their data live. There's no more data movement required. And the open modeling approach means that data teams can leverage the tools that they love for data modeling like SQL or dbt or LookML, or they can leverage ThoughtSpot Data Modeling Studio to create data models that are purpose-built for generative AI and free-form natural language search. So, at ThoughtSpot, innovation has always been our reason for existing, and in March of this year, we launched ThoughtSpot Sage. Sage is our new AI-powered search experience for ThoughtSpot built with GPT. We've had the industry-leading search engine for analytics for years, but in the world of data, there's no finish line for ease of use, and this innovation really takes things to a whole new level. So I'm going to show you our new Sage search experience in the demo shortly, but you can get a little sneak peek of it right here. So you're going to see how easy and flexible it is to create insights and add them to our live boards. Answers with Sage are at the core of everything we do and use to build our live boards. And I keep saying live boards, not dashboards, because we're trying to put dead boards out of business. And the beauty of ThoughtSpot is that everything you do here is alive. So if you create something with Sage, you can dig into it, you can validate how it was created, and drill into all of the underlying details. There are two ways to consume ThoughtSpot and our AI-powered analytics. The first is with ThoughtSpot Analytics for any of your internal use cases, and the second, if you're a product leader and you want to add analytics to your software offering, you can embed analytics with our platform, ThoughtSpot Everywhere. Our customers love ThoughtSpot Everywhere because we help them build engaging data experiences with just a few lines of code. And they choose to work with us for these 3 reasons. The first, we help them drive higher app engagement. This is kind of the core of embedded analytics. So the reality is, the further away you move from the data team, the more important ease of use becomes. And thanks to search, AI, interactive live boards, and custom actions, our customers' customers are actually seeing what real self-service looks like now. And the second reason is we get you to market a lot faster. Our embedded toolkits help developers build in the programming languages that they already know and love, which increases their productivity. And we're going to take a look at what that means in the demo. And finally, we help our customers drive new revenue streams. So when you create a truly differentiated app experience, one that drives higher adoption with self-service, you earn the right to charge a premium, whether that's more for your overall product or as an add-on offering or as a premium cost. We really love seeing that our customers are leveraging this as a tool to grow their business and to drive new revenue streams. You can build ThoughtSpot Everywhere for just about any use case. So on the screen here, you can see examples from a few of our real customers and the apps that they've built. And here alone, there's use cases spanning manufacturing and hospitality and education and banking. There's something for everyone in every use case. And one of my favorite things about ThoughtSpot Everywhere is how customizable it is. So you can embed the full app, or you can embed just the search bar, just visualizations, or just live boards. It's really whatever is going to deliver the best experience for your users and their needs. And you can customize all the visuals to really fit with your existing brand and your branding. All right, so next, I'd really like to take you on a tour of ThoughtSpot. We're going to start off by taking a look at ThoughtSpot Analytics for internal use cases, and this is where we're going to see Sage and the search experience. And then we're going to move over and see an example of a real data app that we've built with ThoughtSpot Everywhere. And finally, I'm going to give you a little sneak peek at the developer playground that shows kind of the back end of how that experience is built. Okay, let's get started. So to kick us off, we've already connected to our Databricks data, and we're going to be live querying everything from here on out. Databricks, ThoughtSpot works on Databricks serverless as well as Unity Catalog enabled instances. So we're going to start by taking a look at ThoughtSpot Sage. For example, I can ask questions like, what are our best converting campaigns? I can just ask that in natural language. So using GPT-4, ThoughtSpot translates the natural language query and generates a custom AI visualization immediately. We're currently using GPT, but soon you can bring your own LLM like Databricks' Dolly. And out of the box, LLMs aren't meant to handle complex schemas on cloud data platforms. However, ThoughtSpot provides the appropriate guardrails and modeling logic to GPT, ensuring trustworthy and reliable results on complex data at scale. From here, we can also quickly review and clarify the result and give the AI feedback, like with a thumbs down or a thumbs up. And your AI-generated results are also surfaced in context with curated and verified results made by experts or other users in the community. So we can see some of those user-generated results here, and if we want to, we can click into any of them because, like everything else, they're live. We can also alter this initial question that we had. So let's say I want to understand the ROI here better. I can ask, did they make money? ThoughtSpot infers the meaning of potentially ambiguous words like best or whatever I mean when I say make money, and it translates the natural language query into the correct results. And at any time, you can modify or update a result using the Sage editor for further analysis. With ThoughtSpot Sage, there's no black box analytics. You have full transparency into the query tokens, including filters, measures, and attributes used to create this visualization. And we can also easily explore data in here. So we have this drill down feature. And just in the moment, we can drill down to any of these additional measures, like date, for example, and our visualization updates immediately. And we could kind of keep doing this endlessly. I also want to point out here, ThoughtSpot's robust query engine compiles the SQL automatically, and it live queries our Databricks data. So the live connection avoids data caching or movement, centralizing data management and governance in Databricks. Plus, Unity Catalog support ensures fine-grained security for safe user searches. So Sage is just really revolutionizing the user experience by eliminating the need to learn complex UI, buttons, and keywords, and it provides additional features like KPI monitoring and AI-suggested searches for a really rich experience. So moving on, I'm going to take us over to ThoughtSpot Everywhere next. So we know that building great data apps that have high adoption and especially high retention is very hard. But creating that kind of engaging and interactive experience is really key to having happy users who are going to come back for more. And ThoughtSpot Everywhere helps you create that kind of sticky experience. So we'll take a look. So this is an example of a finished data app. And in this demo, I work at Ace Marketing, which is a fictional digital marketing agency where I'm leveraging ThoughtSpot Everywhere as the backbone for our client spot shops, web, and email marketing analytics. To start off, we have 3 personas to choose from, and each has a customized experience based on that user's needs. We're going to start off with the business user, and we're going to take a look at one of their live boards. So the most popular way to embed ThoughtSpot is through the live boards, and this is a great place for users who want kind of a curated experience with analytics at a higher level to get started. And unlike dashboards, live boards are not static. Every single thing here is alive, and we can open anything up. We can drill down like we saw before, or we can add additional filters, measures, and attributes, some through these smart suggestions, or we can choose our own. And when we do that, we automatically get our new result right there. And we can always keep drilling down. And when we're happy with the visualization we have here, we can always pin it, which means essentially saving it. We can save it to this live board or to a different one, or we can just close this out and we snap back to the grid as it was. And interactive live boards are really there to help you figure out not only the what, but also the why, so that you can make business decisions while you're right here. Later on, I'm also going to show you a little bit about the UI. As you can see here, the UI is fully customized. So the left-hand navigation bar, the top bar, those are from the host application, while ThoughtSpot Everywhere lives in the iframe. So live boards are just part of the experience. With self-service search, anyone can create new insights to answer questions on the fly. So let's take a look at a sample query like conversions by age group And I want to see this on a monthly basis. So I just type in my search terms, and I get my result right there. And like everything else, it's interactive. We can drill down. I also want to point out that you don't have to embed every single feature, and especially not for every single user. So we can customize things like restricting access to certain buttons. So for our business users, we've restricted the ability to save or download answers. We figured that this isn't something they need. And just in contrast, we're going to take a look at an answer from the analyst profile next. So like our business users, we've also restricted the ability to save, but they can download. Another thing I want to point out that our business users can do, they have the custom actions API. So if you don't want analytics to be the last stop on the bus, you can push data to a third-party app or source system to operationalize it. So here we can push our conversion metrics back to HubSpot, and with just a click, our data is loaded and we can open it up in HubSpot right away. And that's just one example. Other customers use custom actions to create projects, email customers, upload data. There's really so many different ways that you can provide an integrated user experience and a connected workflow. So that's a snapshot of what ThoughtSpot Everywhere could look like in your apps. And I'm going to take us back into ThoughtSpot here, into the developer playground. So this is my favorite part of ThoughtSpot Everywhere. A lot of the time with other tools, you have to spend a lot of time in documentation, looking at examples in the community, and you often don't really see what you're building until you're done. And that really prolongs the development lifecycle. But with ThoughtSpot Everywhere, you can generate working code by selecting a few drop-down items, and you can get started really fast. So we're going to take a look at that here. On the left side, we have our code builder, and on the right is what ThoughtSpot would look like embedded. So we always have a preview of our work. Alternatively, you can always bring it into an API scripting environment for further flexibility. So let's say we want to modify the user experience right away, like I want to hide my data panel. To do that, I can just select this option. I have a little shortcut here. So when I click on that, we jump to where that is in the code, and it automatically alters the code for us. All I have to do is run it, and I see my changes reflected. We can also embed live boards. So to make that switch, I just select the feature embedding and the live board that I want to pull from. And we get our live board here. And right now, this live board has a standard view. It's in light mode. But what if I want to change what it looks like if I want it to be in dark mode? To do that, I just have to apply custom styles. And I think this is the really fun part. So I can just paste in this little clip of code that I had. And when I run the code again, everything is in dark mode. And I can further change any of the colors, fonts, buttons, sizes, anything like that. And we can also not only shape the visual product experience, but we can also shape the data experience. So right now, we're pulling data from across the entire US, and you can see that right away in the map. But what if I wanted to restrict this to just show data from the Midwest? I can do that really quickly by setting a runtime filter. I don't have to do a bunch of code here. It's already pre-built for me. All I have to do is indicate what I'm filtering by and which region. And again, when I run that, now I'm only seeing data that's pulled from the Midwest. And we can see that most quickly in the map. So you can kind of compare that change to what we had a couple seconds ago. So I like to compare the developer playground to writing exams in college. If you're writing a paper, you just have a blank sheet in front of you, and there's nothing to really kickstart your process. But the developer playground is more like a multiple choice test. And I'm really good at those, because all I have to do is fill in the blank or choose the right answer when I already have all this other context provided to me. And that's kind of what helps ThoughtSpot Everywhere get our customers' data apps to market so much faster. It helps developers prototype, iterate, and build deployments really quickly. So that is our quick little demo of ThoughtSpot. You can actually try it for yourself by signing up for our free trial through Databricks Partner Connect. And we also have a free 30-day trial on our own website. And at the end of our session today, I'll leave up a QR code so you can try it for yourself. So with that, I would like to invite Christy up on stage next to tell us about Emerald's data and analytics journey.
Thanks, Vika, and thanks everyone for joining this session. Let's talk about what I have over here in next slide. So, I am a director of BI and analytics with 15 years of experience leading various projects across my company called Emerald. First, let's talk about this company. This is a B2B e-commerce company, and also we have a live events. So we have a two different kind of business. One is like we have a multiple elastic web page that we built and try to bring our seller and customers together and give them a curated experience for their order and also analytical reports. On top of that, we have a live events like an expo show across North America and European country. Those live shows gives us opportunity to bring our customer, seller and their customer all together and give them a vast experience across their product, order, whatever they want to sell or someone want to buy. Specifically for my job profile that I am leading a team or multiple team of BI analytics, our vision is to provide a elastic embed reporting as well as internal reporting to our internal reps, external customer and sellers to have a operational reports as well as a predictive reports that they can predict what they are going to sell and their clients can see what they are going to buy, how the market is behaving, what their competitor is doing. So it's all about maintaining almost we have a 250 clients, we call it seller also, and they have 200,000 plus customers. And those customers is like our user for our analytical reports. As before, this gaps in our analytical landscape means before we implemented Databricks and ThoughtSpot, we started utilizing that. Before this, we had a different gaps in our analytical landscape. One is like a fragmented BI tools. We were using different BI tools, especially Tableau, Power BI. Different teams, different business were using different tools for their day-to-day analytical report. Obviously, with the different tools and different database, MongoDB, SQL Server, we had a lack of one source of truth. They were analyzing, they were putting different filters. And at the end, when they come together for reconciliation, they have a vast difference in their final data point. So, and with the traditional BI tools and non-SaaS based or non-cloud based databases, we have a lots of challenge about scalability in terms of growth of day-to-day customer. Like I said it, we have 200,000 different users, and those users are not static. Every day we see 5,000 new users get added and 1,000 users get offboarded from our system. It's just like a simple Amazon website. New users landed on that website and old users, some users are leaving them. So we have a huge turnaround of different users. And obviously it's a time consuming and cost effective, ineffective that we had it. Time consuming in terms of we have to provide our requirement to developers, they will develop it, they will take a week or so to have certain reports, business friendly reports, and the moment they provide a business some insights, they really don't need it in this fast moving world. Within a week they have some different use case. For that reason, after lots of iteration, we landed up with Databricks and ThoughtSpot. Both are cloud enabled SaaS platform, so that gives us an advantage to put less time on maintaining our server, doing admin tasks, and more time on our analytical reports and trying to build something that's like a benefit business directly. They can take with the ThoughtSpot, they can go for AI powered search analytics. ThoughtSpot have most recently they launched ThoughtSpot Sage, just like a ChatGPT that Vika was talking about. You can just type in natural language anything and it will give you most probable answer from experience of whole tool. The more you use or the more your user group is going to use that tool, you are going to get better and better answer day by day. That is the benefit. And obviously it's a cost effective. Why I say that? We had a typical problem For the 200 user, we have to, in a Tableau, we plan to give a user ID to each and every user so that they can see reports. And they are charging at least like a $10 per month. 200,000 different users, $10 per month is going to be like a $2 million per month. And on top of that, you can multiply with the year and all, 12 months and all. But the ThoughtSpot have an unlimited number of users. Just like a base licensing model, we brought it up and we bought it. And it's just a query usage base. So how many rows of record that we are trying to fetch data from is totally based on that. So we have know that what is in our data and how much is going to be cost. So we can build plan for a year or so with the ThoughtSpot. That's the one of the benefit that we saw it in ThoughtSpot, or we finally onboarded it. Obviously, it's a fast in development is because it's a less on developer based. Developers just have to create a certain data model, import some tables within the ThoughtSpot, create right join, and this is so fast and easy. Developer can do it within a day or two, and then we just publish a worksheet. Our team just publish a worksheet, and business users directly go and try to search over there. In some time, I'm going to just do a little demo on my real data over here. This is one of live board that we embedded using ThoughtSpot Everywhere. And this is one live board published to 250 different seller clients. And why I'm saying 250 different web pages basically we maintain to prevent cross-contamination of data and their users. Each client have a multiple thousands user, altogether 200 different plus thousand user, 200K thousand user. But we don't have to maintain too many dashboards or live boards separately for each and every client or user. It's only single live board served to 200,000 different users with RLS, row level security that ThoughtSpot provide with. And in next slide is like our little bit architecture over here. In this one is whole about, you can see lots of steps, but it all takes like 5 to 6 seconds once user try to click on a embedded live board link in our web page and they see first data. So you can see it over here. We have like a Databricks and ThoughtSpot data layer. Dash do a SQL query back to Databricks. We have a live streaming to Databricks all the time because our order runs in a million over a day and it's keep coming every few minutes, and ThoughtSpot leverages that live data from Databricks. We have a ThoughtSpot report layer where we create certain reports, worksheet, we call it worksheet, like a well data modeled, multiple table join, and finally kind of fact over there. Once user click on our Elastic web page, we have a user persona and we see which web page is coming from. So web URL and user ID plus some secret key. It's going to the next step. We first see is that web URL belongs to our pool. If it's a whitelisted, it's hit ThoughtSpot. Based on a token-based authentication, ThoughtSpot have a different authentication. For internal user, we use single sign-on, but for external user, we do a token-based authentication. And if they have access, user exists, they get authenticated, they see right live board, right reports or right worksheet, and only data that they're supposed to see based on the user ID. As I said, we have a huge amount of user every day, 5,000 user is coming up, and few are also getting away from us. So we cannot fix and create 1,000 users every day manually. So we have a very automated system using Lambda function. Is take user persona, try to put in a right user group on a runtime. When new user try to click on ThoughtSpot embedded link, is automatically get created in ThoughtSpot. And based on that user, we maintain on a backend on a Databricks side based on what user can have access of each row of data. And basically, whole RLS mechanism happen in ThoughtSpot, and each and every user only can see data that they're supposed to see. So single version of truth, single calculations, same metric calculation or same attributes they can see, but they see their own data, or we only provide contamination in terms of high level of what their competitor is buying in terms of top 10 products, but we don't show numbers of other competitors to each other. So this is our architecture over here. I would like to go with our demo first. So ThoughtSpot just released like a last month ThoughtSpot Sage, and we are planning to use it. It's going to be just like a natural query. You can say and it just appeared. Now we can go ahead and see, we can drill down further and see what order date, order number of this product is. We can change it also. We want to see data for more than year. So beauty of ThoughtSpot that I like it, whatever right over here, it intelligently takes into right things, like where it will go as a filter. I just type 47 brand, it's automatically taking me to right attribute. It's not searching for a customer attribute or buyer attribute or something else. If I want to change it, instead of top 10 products, top 10 buyer over here, we can do n number of searches over here, and at the end obviously we can explore it further, like it, dislike it, or we can explore, and then we have a more attribute over here that we can put it all together, and it's all data source. We have a control. It depends on the power user. We will give a access to all the data column to power user, or it depends on the what level of user we are looking for. This is like one of the important feature that we are going to utilize it. Next, how it enable us ThoughtSpot in self-service search analytics and discover new insights is a Spot IQ feature of ThoughtSpot. When we have any search answer, any curated result, we want to see what are outlier product in terms of most selling product or lowest selling product, what are our trend in data, all that we can see it in our Spot IQ analysis. Obviously, it enhances user experience because user is able to create new visualization, add it as per their need, and they can really create their own live board within like a few minutes. They don't need to wait for a developer for a days, pass them information, and bring it all together. So this is a little bit about impact of our launch. So I started ThoughtSpot for just over a year, released few live board search analytics to our 200,000 customers, and I said like we are maintaining almost 250 clients. It means 250 different Elastic web page. each and every client at least saving like a 2 hours per week, so 500 hours weekly manual work saved, and is giving more power for a user friendly. And we are trying to launch in next phase. Our plan is to give a ThoughtSpot full UI capabilities, because ThoughtSpot recently released organization based application. So within a one ThoughtSpot server, we can have a multiple different organizations. So we are planning to put 250 different organizations, not exactly 250, maybe 10, 20 to begin with, and then give a admin access to power user over there for each client, so they can manage it, and full ThoughtSpot capability by organization we will able to release. And we are going to release our ThoughtSpot Sage for some specific user to begin with, and that's really our leadership team is excited about. So we contacted ThoughtSpot and they gave us an early beta feature. We did our POC for that. We are almost ready with our product to launch for our customer. Obviously, some benefits it will give us, like instead of just looking for historical view of data, we will get a futuristic view of data. That is, I think, all from my side.